Hey guys, and welcome back to another JSpizzle Crypto YouTube video. FYI, I turned 30 today. Yes, that's right, your boy's 30. Couldn't be more excited. And I'm actually a little bit under the weather. It's just a cold, but just bear with me if I sound stuffy. So we're going to talk about what happened yesterday, why I think it was so dramatic, and kind of where we'll be going moving forward, because that's the question right now. Well, first of all, what happened yesterday, let me just clear the air. I don't believe it was because a tariff announcement. We're past that, okay? The market is numb to that. We had several tariff announcements a couple months ago, and it did affect the market a little bit, but, we're to a point where, that doesn't affect us anymore. People thought, it was the end. So that's why the market reacted like that in the first place. What happened was, we had coins on Binance, such as Cosmos, going down basically 100% in price. Yes, guys, that's right. I believe Cosmos was around $3.50, and it literally went to zero. Literally went to zero. And so, what does that mean? That means that every single long position on Binance was liquidated. All of it. Every single one. And there were other coins on Binance, dozens actually, that didn't go to zero, but they went down 50-60% more than they were supposed to. What do I mean by supposed to? More than the other exchanges did. So let's say if a coin had went from $2 down to $1, on Binance they were going down to 50 cents. And real people were losing real money because of it. And as you guys know, the entire ecosystem is a little bit connected. A little bit. The cross change, all the coins, when Bitcoin goes down a little bit, in real time, alts are going down. So when the altcoin market cap is affected as a whole, it affects all the altcoins to a degree. And so when literally Binance was liquidating hundreds of millions of dollars that weren't supposed to, it drove the real price of these tokens down on all the exchanges, because it was as if everyone was selling when they weren't supposed to be. And so this caused, like I said, hundreds of millions of dollars to be liquidated. All these alts came crashing down, and that's why the altcoin market cap and all the alts were affected like they were. It was Binance's fault. They unpegged from what the price really truly was. And now, I'll give that to you that some exchanges sometimes in these massive liquidation events, they kind of sort of will do that, but not to that degree. Okay, that should be against the law for people to be able to lose money like that. Okay, this is now a matter of long-term trust in Binance. I would never want to put a long position on Binance ever again if I know that because of whatever reason, I don't care what the reason is, that a token with billions of dollars of market cap could go to zero. I will never long on Binance again. That is a huge problem. This is going to cause long-term trust issues with people on Binance, and it's frustrating because I have real friends that lost real money because of this. This isn't a game. This is people's livelihood. Okay? Yeah, coins will go down, and that's the risk of the game, and that's normal. And coins go up and they go down, and that's great. Okay? But when you're the biggest exchange, Binance, and coins are going to zero, and you're unpegging from the true price, going down 50-60% more than what it's supposed to go to, and you caused these altcoins to crash, to literally go down 70-80%, the real price, because you liquidated everyone, that's a huge problem with me. And so that is why you saw Bitcoin, have a modest 15% pullback, and Ethereum and Solana was modest because the market cap is so much higher that Binance alone, liquidating those coins alone, couldn't affect them. That is why, Bitcoin was just like, hey, big deal, 15% pullback. Shoot, we do 20, 30, 40% pullbacks in the bull market in previous cycles. Bitcoin could go down another 15% and whoop-de-doo. You know, I'm used to that. Whatever. But that's my rant. It wasn't Trump's fault. Love him or hate him, I don't care. That was not the reason. Okay, I'm not defending him. You know, I'm just saying that was not the reason. Because if it was, it would have happened immediately and not delayed, you know, half a day later. But anyways, that's what I have to say about that. And so obviously the markets are absolutely pumping right now. You know, I hate a Sunday pump because the stocks are closed, and so, you know, we could be causing some type of CME gap right now that we're going to have to go back down and fill or whatnot, and, you know, we're just going to have to see. I want to see the stock markets open up. I want to see what happens with the stock market. Okay, that will give us a much clearer indication of where we are going to go tomorrow, and this coming week. I saw a post today, and I mean, I may have to agree with it. They said in this post that this is going to be the most hated bull run ever. Why? Why did they say that? Because everyone just got liquidated and we may be going into all-time highs and not looking back. That is why. Now, I didn't have any long positions open. Wasn't because I was a better trader than you or anyone else. It's just because I'm focused on other things right now. All my positions are in spot. And so I actually had the opportunity to buy the dip. As I buy every single day, actually. Never stopped. I buy 200 tokens a day with $300 spread between the 200. And which, by the way, my portfolio for a period of time went down, like 60%, which was kind of terrifying. But now it's getting back up there. Okay, we're getting back up there. I actually almost lost to zero, so it's kind of scary. But it looks like things are recovering. Okay, I'll say that. You know, did this make the bull market not come anymore? No, that's not the case. Like I said, Bitcoin has only went down. I think it was 17% from the all-time high. Really, that's nothing. It's really nothing. I've been here since 2017. This is my third cycle. You know, we're used to 30% pullbacks in the bull market and then continuing to go up higher after those pullbacks. So, you know, anything could happen from here. You know, it's funny because I was on the Moon Show on the 10th, the day of the liquidation. And I had said that, you know, anything could happen. You know, we could have a 20-30% pullback in the market. I said for any reason. I said it could even be a news-related or political-related reason. I said for any reason. And, like, it was, like, 3 hours later that the liquidation happened. Again, didn't say that because I'm, like, so smart and predicted it. I'm just saying, like, been around town for a little while, you know. It can happen for you know, any reason. I mean, SEC rumors, war rumors, you know, just political presidents, you know, saying this and that. China banning Bitcoin. We've been there. China's banned Bitcoin like 7 times. It's like, you know, we've been there. But yeah, truly, sorry for any of my friends that you know, lost on that. Especially if you got liquidated. That sucks because people got liquidated on 2x trades that they thought would never go back down there, ever. We had friends that were in positions that they weren't supposed to be liquidated unless we went into all-time lows, and we did on coins. ICP is one of them, went into all-time lows, bear market lows, and then some. But yeah, hold on, just hang in there, boys. You know, if you lost it, all, you know, you did it once, you can make it back again. You know, just literally buy the dip. You know, I've said on this channel, the market will do anything to shake you out. And that was a great shaking out. That was a big shaking out. And, you know, was it Binance alone or was it coordinated? I don't know, but Binance has some faults and they have some things to answer to regardless. And if it was controlled so that whatever government, or whatever can buy the dip so that we can go into all-time highs, you know, then that's just how it's going to have to be. You know, it's part of the game. Market manipulation has always been a thing. in gold and silver, especially. My God, and stocks. It's part of it, you know. So if that's what needed to be happen for us to go into all-time highs, then buckle up, boys. You know, hold your Bitcoin. Hold your Bitcoin. This is why you have, you know, the majority of your portfolio into Bitcoin. I will be putting a lot more of my portfolio into Bitcoin very, very soon. Over the next 2 or 3 months, when I'm rotating my alts into or out of the market at the tops, they will be going into Bitcoin. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Did you guys get wrecked? Did you hold? Did you buy the dip? Till next time, God bless you guys. JSpizzle out. Bye-bye.